Hello there YouTube, my name is galaWOTs and today we are playing in the Centurion Action 10 on Sand River. And I've been having a lot of pretty nice battles lately. I've had a lot of 6,000, 7,000 damage games. And just today and yesterday I had two battles which were both nearly 9,700 damage, and both of those are uploaded on the channel with commentary just like this one. And this one was yet another pretty interesting and kind of unique battle with a kind of boring but also kind of hilarious ending. And we are of course top tier medium tank on Sand River in one of the most powerful positions, definitely. On this map this position is great, especially on a tank with great turret armor and a nice gun. And you shouldn't really rely on the turret of the Centurion Action 10, but at the same time it does take a lot of punches before it goes down, really. And we spot the enemy VZ 120, and we actually put a shot into him just before, and now the RT is targeting. And we have an Banshad 155-58 RT on my team, and that tank is just disgusting because it's an artillery that has 4 shells in a magazine, which fires individually within 5-second interval. So I mean, tracked by one of those things, another shell comes in 5 seconds later, and the last one, boom, and you're dead. That is how disgusting that tank is. But I hate fighting against them. I love having them on my team because I just got 1700 spotting damage for that. So a pretty nice start to the game where we took out a pretty good player in a strong medium tank on the enemy team. And this battle is in many ways going to be focused around RT as well, because the RT is going to do a big deal on my team, and it's also going to have a big impact on my decision making in this battle. And now once again we see a Banshad is engaging our IS-3, but the turret RT says no and just completely blasts him away with a 1300 damage penetrating shell into his tank. So bye bye Mr. Banshad. And we can take out the enemy BK, boom, with a nice shot into the side. We bounce a shell with the side of our tank from the TVP VTU, which is pretty lucky. He looks away and we can put a shell into him. So until now it's been a pretty nice start to the game. We're 3 minutes in, the scores are even. We have managed to pick up a kill, a bit of damage, and 2500 spotting. And we put a snipe into the Grilla 15, and now the Lurvey is going to drive past the same place, but my shell decides to teleport through the top of his tank, so anyway. And we can relocate to the other side of this little hill here and engage the enemies without having my ass exposed to them, which I had in the other position. And I see an E100 on full health, and I just want to kill this guy, so I load some heat, because some balance is reloaded with the skill of clicking on the 2 key. And it was actually pretty funny because this E100 is actually someone from my clan, and I had absolutely no idea because I don't have the names of the players displayed above them when I play. So I had no idea. But this guy, he sent me a message afterwards saying, "You shouldn't spam your clanmates full with heat shells, you moron." Something like that. That was not exactly what he said, but that was basically it. And then a winky smiley afterwards, because of course he didn't mean it in a bad way. But I thought it was pretty funny that I completely annihilated one of my clanmates with heat shells. But in a way it's his own fault, because when he was in the open there was not much he could do against my heat shells. But when he got into cover, the last 2 shells, he could just have, you know, anchored his turret, and he decided not to, so rip him. And our team are not doing especially well. We are losing, but we are not losing that much. The health pools are pretty even. And I still have all my health left, which is pretty nice. There's still 5 minutes left of the battle, so lots of things can still happen. We take out the E100, this time only with an APCR shell, because we had his lower plate. so that's fine. Try and put a shell into the larvae, but it hits his ankle double plate and bounces off. And then I tried to put a shell into the scorpion, but no, he's fallen back, so we weren't able to. And now I'm in this position again, where I'm as exposed to the enemy. Of course, I don't want that, so I'm gonna have to move away once again. I wasn't spotted, so it's okay, but as soon as I would be spotted, there's like 3 tanks ready to shoot at me. Not to mention the 3 artillery on the enemy team, who are probably more than likely to shoot at me if they have the chance, so fuck that. Instead, I'm going to see if I can take out this isolated T-28 prototype. And my shot just completely misses. Fortunately, his shot does as well. And I can engage him. And I'm fine with taking a single shot if that means I can take out this tank. And my shot unfortunately hit his turret, but now he's fucked, because when you're behind a T-28 prototype, you can't traverse his turret all the way around. So when you are around one of his sides and his gun's pointing the other way, he has to traverse it all the way around to shoot you. So I can literally circle this guy while backing away from him in one of the slower turret and medium tanks. But to be honest, the T-28 prototype is just not a very good tank, so it's not his fault that his tank sucks. He just should have picked a better tank, I guess. We're now up to 4 kills, 5,230 damage, and like 3,500 spotting damage. And there's only 2 tier 8 tanks and a tier 9 pretty nice player in the Type 61 left. Of course, there's also 3 artillery, which I don't want to get hit by, but as it has been doing this entire battle until now, this bridge line is giving me perfect cover. And my last allied tank just goes down, and I take down the larvae. So an eye for an eye isn't too bad. And now it's just me and 2 artilleries left. Of course, I'm thinking about let's go take out this Type 61. I thought he was down here together with me to the dip, but he's probably going up the hill right now and has just managed to get over the edge again, or maybe fallen back that way, because he isn't down here. And this battle is pretty close. There's only 2 minutes left, and the enemy team has to either kill all of our tanks or cap. And with only 2 minutes left and a full health, nearly full health Centurion Action 10, none of those are likely to happen, really. And at this point I was like, wait, there's 5 enemy tanks left, and there's a Scorpion and a Type 61 killing my artillery. This battle could be a Kolobanovs. So I put a shell into the Type 61 and say, you know what, I could stay here and fight, go up and kill the Type 61 and save my last artillery. But I decide actually I would probably rather win this battle, and as I'm right here right now, if I go up, kill the Type 61, there's a good chance I'm going to get hit by the artillery and maybe the Scorpion G. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna go back, and I also have a really good reason for doing so, because earlier today this happened to me. And as you might be able to imagine, I don't want that to happen again. So instead of killing the Type 61 and trying to go after the Scorpion G and then at the end trying to kill the artillery, I decide to just go back, fall back and win this battle, while staying in arty cover and as far away from the enemy tanks as possible. And after doing 6k damage, 3500 spotting damage and picking up 5 kills, I think I've deserved this. And as you just saw before, I've been one-shot by artillery so many fucking times today, and I'm just tired of it, so I'm just gonna go back here, camp, and wait the battle out. And of course, you could argue that the enemy team could cap, but they are both of them are pretty far away from the cap. They're also fast tanks, but they would have to cap together to have any chance to do so now. And even if they were to do that, I would probably be able to easily intercept one of them and still win. But as you also saw before, that when I got hit by those artillery pieces, is that if something can go wrong, it will go wrong. And I know in a battle like this, even though it seems like I have 1500 health and everything is fine, if one of those artillery hits a shell on me, I could easily be dead meat. So I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna take this Kolobanovs medal and be happy with it. And right now I was thinking, alright, maybe I'll be able to pick up the Type 61 if he tries to come around from the other side. But doesn't appear that he is doing that, and one of the artillery just missed. He didn't, of course, have any chance of hitting me anyway, and the battle is basically over. And one of the artilleries was coming in from me right there. That was basically it. I was pretty happy to take down this round, and my first Kolobanovs medal in over a year, I believe. Let's go take a look at the post-game stats, shall we? And as we can see here, we managed to pick up the Ace Tanker, a couple of stickers, the Kolobanovs medal, which I have been wanting to get again for a long time, so I was happy to pick it up, even though it was such a weird way, and the high caliber. And even though we didn't have kill all the enemy tanks and we just let the time run out, we still managed to pick up 6500 damage, 5 kills and 1264 base XP, and together with the artillery basically carrying this battle. And I also spotted a lot of this damage that the artillery did with my 3500 spotting. And we didn't have to, actually we fired a lot of heat at the enemy U-100, like 6 shells or something like that, but we still made a 44,000 credits profit, and we would even have made a 10,000 credits profit without premium, so I guess it's worth it if you put the shells in without missing anything. And that is basically it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye folks. Peace.